Welcome. I am Collins Trott, Child Development Faculty on the Wallace Community College Dothan campus. In this episode, we are going to be learning about social emotional development of preschoolers. Due to their expanding self-awareness, children's personalities blossom and become more stable during the preschool years. Preschoolers learn more about themselves, test their skills through a series of successes and mistakes, show responsibility, learn gender roles, begin moral development, expand their self-concepts, and make strides towards taking initiative in life. During the preschool years, children's social worlds expand to include many new adults, friends, peers, and perhaps younger siblings. Preschoolers engage in more friendships and their emotions become more complex. Preschoolers' ever-widening social environments also create more possibilities for stressful situations. So join me, Miss Trott, as we learn all about social emotional development of preschoolers. Toddlers begin to develop self-awareness and self-esteem based on how parents and other caregivers react to them. During the preschool years, children learn even more about themselves as they show responsibility, learn gender roles, begin moral development, and expand their self-concepts. The feedback children receive during these experiences helps shape the image they have of themselves and determines whether the image is positive or negative. Between 3 and 6 years of age, children grow in their independence. Because of the improved abilities and limitless energy, they have a strong desire to learn, explore, and act. Children at this age are at Erikson's third stage of personality development, which is called initiative versus guilt. During this stage, children's initiative encourages them to try new things and new activities. At the same time, initiative can lead to failure, and failures may lead to guilt and the fear of trying new things. Fear and guilt stifle initiative, and children must know it's okay to make mistakes. Preschool children's social lessons by interacting with adults and interacting with other children. These social lessons help them learn the social skills needed to form friendships, the ability to recognize and respond to social cues from others, the ability to cooperate with and show empathy towards others, conflict resolution skills, and the ability to regulate emotions. During the preschool years, children may also begin to interact with imaginary friends. During the preschool years, children experience many emotions and express them in intense ways. While preschool children feel many positive emotions, such as love and dependency, they also feel negative emotions, such as fear and anxiety, anger and aggression, and jealousy when faced with stressors. Stress and trauma occurring before 6 years of age have the most powerful negative effect on the developing child. Stress and mental health problems often stem from preschoolers' development stage and social environments, including home, preschool center, and neighborhood. As early as the toddler years, children begin to develop self-awareness and exert some autonomy. The discovery of self-awareness continues into the preschool years, at which time children begin to understand their own uniqueness, including their physical traits and some of their skills. To develop self-awareness, children need to live in environments that promote healthy personal development. Parents, caregivers, and teachers can encourage children to show responsibility, understand gender roles, begin moral development, and develop a healthy self-concept. As preschool children discover motivation to perform new tasks and struggle against a sense of guilt, the adults in their lives can play an important role. Parents, caregivers, and teachers can help their preschoolers take initiative. Because preschoolers lack inhibitory control, they do many things on impulse without thinking about the results of their actions. They may often go beyond their abilities and make mistakes. And they may see these mistakes as defeat and bring on guilt. Although preschoolers can learn from both successes and mistakes, some mistakes are not safe or acceptable behaviors. While preschool children want to take initiative and explore, Parents and caregivers need to set limits to help children develop initiative and keep them safe. During preschool years, children's social worlds extend beyond their parents and caregivers. Parents and caregivers can begin to teach preschool children how to interact with others and how to behave in socially acceptable ways. Parents and caregivers can also help preschool children extend their social relations by making time for friendships, fostering altruistic behaviors, reducing conflicts, and teaching manners. The growing minds of preschool children not only broaden their emotions, but also help children control how they express their emotions. While preschool children cannot control their feelings, they can learn how to express these feelings. When preschoolers express intense emotions, adults should affirm their emotions and address their concerns. Adults can do this by exposing children to positive examples, helping children label their emotions, explain that feeling emotions is all right, tell children it's okay to express some emotions, and insist that aggression is not an acceptable way to handle anger, and talk about how all people have to work to control their feelings. Preschoolers' emotions are intense, and they must move towards self-regulation. Adults must help preschoolers find a balance between dependency and greater independence. When children have fears and anxieties, adults should never make fun of them. Modeling courage and handling one fear at a time is helpful. Adults should teach children how to express their feelings without hurting others. When acts of aggression occur, adults should always use non-aggressive means to end these acts. When preschoolers feel jealous, adults can help by giving them plenty of love and attention. As with all behaviors, preschoolers learn to handle stress by witnessing others' examples. Parents and other adults should take care to model healthy ways of coping with stress. To reduce preschoolers' stress, adults can provide an environment of consistency and predictability and can make sure to give preschoolers personal space and some alone time. However, overparenting is not a good way to reduce stress because the child never learns coping skills. Adults can also express unconditional love and maintaining a supportive relationship with their child. Now let's review what we've learned. Preschool children develop more self-awareness as they learn to show responsibility, learn basic concepts about gender roles, develop morality, and expand their self-concept. Preschoolers expanding self-awareness involves taking initiative and doing new activities. If preschoolers have too many failures or limits from adults, they may feel guilty and fear trying new things on their own. While preschool children still depend on adults, siblings and friends become more important to them. Creative, outgoing preschoolers often develop imaginary friends. Preschoolers' emotions are becoming more complex. Most preschoolers show love and are still dependent on adults, especially for emotional support. Some fears and anxieties have disappeared, but others have surfaced. Preschoolers feel anger, but must learn not to express it through aggression. Preschoolers also experience jealousy. Preschoolers are vulnerable to both developmental and environmental stress. Adults can help children expand self-awareness by sharing responsibility, aiding gender roles, encouraging moral development, and promoting a healthy self-concept. Adults should also help preschoolers expand their social worlds, especially friendships. This often involves making time for preschoolers' friendships, fostering altruistic behaviors, reducing conflicts, and teaching manners. Preschoolers' emotions are intense, and they must move towards self-regulation. Adults must help preschoolers find balance between dependency and greater dependence. When children have fears and anxieties, adults should never make fun of them. Modeling courage and handling one fear at a time is helpful. Adults should teach children how to express their feelings without hurting others. When acts of aggression occur, adults should always use non-aggressive means to end these acts. When preschoolers feel jealousy, adults can help them by giving them plenty of love and attention. Because most preschoolers experience some stress, adults also need to provide supportive environments to reduce stress and help them to learn coping skills. That wraps us up for this episode. You can learn more about this topic by reviewing the resources posted in your course. As always, if you have any questions, please contact your instructor. Thanks for joining me, Miss Trott, as we learned all about social and emotional development of preschoolers. See you next time.